Breaker Breaker 19. This is Soggy Boy, do you read me? Breaker Breaker, I read you, Soggy Boy. This is Foxy Rabbit coming in over the airwaves.
Breaker Breaker 19, this is Kid Wonder reporting in, over and out.
Breaker Breaker, that's a 10-2. This is Papa Bear. We're headed home.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 5th episode of Breaker Breaker 19, the comedy podcast founded by 4 fraternity brothers who have decided to subject the internet to the nonsense running through our heads while mocking each other relentlessly in the process. We're not really sure why you're here or honestly how the fuck you found us, but damn it, we're glad you came. Remember, anything we say in the following episode shouldn't be taken too seriously because at the end of the day, we're more than likely recording this in our underwear. I'm Kid Wonder, better known as Zach.
I'm Soggy Boy, also known as Josh.
I'm Foxy Rabbit, better known as Drew.
And I'm Papa Bear, better known as Conor, and you're listening to Breaker Breaker 19.
There it is. All right, boys. Josh, you want to get us started off with blanks of the week?
Yeah, so for this week, we're going to start off with Copycat of the Week, and I have Dr. Disrespect. For those of you who don't know, he is a video game streamer on Twitch. He's relatively large. The only problem is he's never been quite as large as his rival Shroud. I don't even say rival, it's not like bad blood or anything, it's just Shroud's always been bigger than Dr. Disrespect. So I was just browsing Twitch one day and Shroud was playing this not newer game, but a newer game to his stream called Battalion 1944. And so because of that, people have been like looking into it and like, oh, hey, look, Shroud was playing this game. You know, he had like 40,000 people watching him play this game. And then I just saw today that Dr. Disrespect out of nowhere decided to start playing Battalion 1944 because Shroud was playing it, and that's where all the viewers were at. So I just thought it was kind of funny how like he had to switch what he was doing to keep up with what Shroud's doing so he can keep his viewers.
I mean, that's like a whole business strategy.
I think that's giving Shroud too much credit and not giving Doc enough. I mean, it makes sense to me, man. It's all business, my guy.
Yep.
It's all business, man. Because here's the thing, like with that industry, it's so hard because like you get so many visitors and so many viewers just based off one game, and then when people want to break it up, you know, it's hard to find other games to play. But if Dr. Disrespect sees Shroud pulling in 50,000 people playing some random ass game, and he knows that he can probably pick up 25,000, 30,000 minimum playing this random ass game, it works, man. But that's the thing. That's exactly how Twitch works. Like a few months ago, you saw the GTA role-playing mod. One guy, like I think it was like Soda Poppin' played it, or like maybe Summit 1G played it, and he got like 70,000 viewers. Well, then fucking the next 3 months were just full of GTA role-playing mod, and that's the only thing people were playing. So I don't know. I thing is, I like Doc and I like Shroud. I watch a lot of Twitch streams, but I wouldn't necessarily roast him too much. I mean, he knows there's money to be made.
But the thing is like Battalion 1944 is a small game. It has a very small like cult following of competitive play. I mean that you can find scrims on Faceit and stuff like that. And Shroud and his buddies were just like one day like, hey, let's play this random game, and they played it for 2 days.
Yeah.
And after they stopped playing it, it went dead again. And then a week later, Doc picks it up.
But what if Doc just saw Shroud playing it and he's like, man, that looks fucking fun?
See,
maybe.
In business, like the early adopters is always going to get the bigger paycheck, I guess, is how it works. They're going to get the most followers, I guess, from this perspective. But the people that follow after him, they still, it's not uncommon for other businesses to follow after early adopters just because the model works.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know. It's just the other thing is like Doc has this whole production that he puts on that I just find kind of obnoxious, and I guess that's why I'm biased against him.
Oh,
he's more of a chucker than we are.
Or Ninja, or all these other big people, like they're just chilling in their bedrooms playing games. But Shroud has like a production manager, green screen.
You mean Dr. Disrespect has a production manager?
Yeah.
Dude, I like it, man. I think he
Yeah.
puts more effort and more time into it. It's almost like watching a show with a character rather than watching a 25-year-old dude alone in his bedroom playing video games, man. I like it.
He's probably more of a chucker than any of us are.
Yeah, the thing is,
True.
I also don't watch a lot of Doc, man. The thing is, like, I have a lot of respect for what he does, but I find his personality kind of annoying.
Yeah, me too.
So
To be honest, one of my favorite Twitch streamers that I started watching, I watched his YouTube channel for a long time, but then I started watching him when I was a little kid, and he was like not really making fun of Dr. Disrespect, but playing off of Dr. Disrespect, and like dressed up just like him, and talked like him, and he played like, I don't know, PUBG. Like, he wasn't much of a shooter player, but he played PUBG, and so it was one of those things, and it did give him, boosted his followers and subscribers and stuff like that. So,
by the way, just
I have no idea what we're talking.
Okay, so I was actually about to get to that. So a lot of us are big video game players. Well, by a lot of us, Bear plays quite a bit of video games, but I don't know if he plays as much as Josh, Drew, and I. But basically, Twitch. If you're not familiar with Twitch, it's twitch.tv, and it's basically a website where people live stream themselves playing video games.
if you don't know about Twitch, you shouldn't be watching this podcast.
No, please don't listen to Drew. We love your viewership.
Yeah, no, but it's
I
basically it's a lot of different people, a lot of different personalities live streaming themselves while playing video games. So it started as video games, but now it's kind of branched out to people playing instruments and interact, and people can chat with them live, and people can donate and subscribe,
ASMR.
and people have made careers out of it. There are people out there making probably several $100,000 a month strictly playing video games on camera.
Like this disrespect.
Dr. Disrespect, makes probably I would say a cool minimum 100K a month playing video games.
He doesn't make that much.
Well, I bet you money Dr. Disrespect does. I bet you money.
Yeah, with 20,000 subscribers, easy.
That's 20,000 subscribers. They get about $3.50 per actual subscriber. So let me just do some math, and that's from subs alone. That's not from endorsements. That's
Donations.
not from sponsorships. That's not from donations, because they can also get donations 3.5 times 20.
100K just for playing the Fortnite.
Yeah, that's $70,000 a month just from his subs alone. Not to count, any paid promotions he does. Not to count any, any donations he gets, and he could, and streamers can get donated, thousands of dollars a night. So, yeah, man, Dr. Disrespect is, probably easy making 100K a month, I would say.
Being a copycat.
Is that the dude with the mullet
Yes.
who wears the
Yes.
glasses?
Yes.
See, Bear,
He was at the Raptors
Yeah, I
game
saw
the other
that.
night.
That's all that. So basically, that's what it is. Twitch is just a video game streaming website, and people have made careers out of being interesting or really good at video games and interacting with their chat and stuff like that. So, little fun fact for you
Right
baby
on.
birds. Cool. So I'll go ahead and
that was my copycat of the week.
cool. I'll go ahead and I'll jump over to Scammer of the Week. So this one hits a bit close to home for us here because, as you may or may not know, all of us are fraternity brothers, and we. Should I say the organization? I'm gonna say the organization. We're all Phi-Tals from Murray.
Fuck Phi-Ta.
And this Scammer of the Week is actually a Phi-Tal from University of Georgia. So what he did was he was arrested, and he's being charged by the SEC, which is the Securities Exchange Commission, for running a Ponzi scheme out of the Phi-Tal house at University of Georgia. So what he did is he created a fake fake hedge fund, and he had people send him money. Like, I'm talking, he had probably 10 to 20 donors and got probably close to $300,000, and he had it all sent to him via Cash App and via Venmo. People sending him tens of thousands of dollars. He said he was putting it in a hedge fund to invest. Well, instead, what he was doing is he was putting it in his personal bank account. He was doing some crazy stuff with it. He said that he had started a company called Artis Proficio Capital Investments. But between May 2018 and May 2019, he got about close to $300,000 and spent, tens of thousands of dollars on hotels, nightclub expenses, gambling trips, restaurants, stuff like that. So basically, this Phi-Tal, and a lot of these people that he scammed were actually other Phi-Tals. So he was
Damn!
yeah.
So he hit the alumni list.
Yeah, he was hitting like
That's-
other Phi-Tals, and he was oh my god.
Bro, I got
Just
this
take a
great deal for
second.
you.
Yeah, can we just take a second to
Exactly.
admire their fraternity house, though?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had his
one-
business address listed as a fraternity house, man.
That's
Yeah, I
Yeah.
found that on the national page, and that reminds me of a certain someone who's been hitting me up for a great business opportunity within the fraternity. So I hope you're reading this, Terry.
Coach T.
Coach T. Man, here's the thing, man. Did I ever tell you that?
Gentlemen, I have never been so disappointed
What a-
with you
what a-
over this weekend's shenanigans.
What a character, man.
I
No,
heard there was alcohol.
Yeah, Terry, there's a fucking lot of it, dude.
And some tweeting by Zach.
Oh, dude, Terry used to get so mad. I used to drunk tweet, but I would drunk tweet like dumb shit. I would be like, "LOL, I'm at Little Caesars. Fuck the police." And Terry'd be like, "Zach, don't you know that employers will be able to see your Twitter?" I'm like, "Terry, I am 20 years old, and I work part time. Like, no, I'm not worried about that. I don't tweet stuff like that anymore, but." I swear Terry used to have like my post notifications turned on, because then on Saturday night, dude, his phone would blow up, especially between like 1 and 2 a.m. Well, Zach's been drinking again, but no, that is so that's the scam of the week. There's a Phytol that was arrested for running a Ponzi scheme out of the Phytol House at University of Georgia. So
You know,
I'm
I'm
just
not
happy that Phytol is making headlines again.
Yeah. Since the last, I was about to bring that up. The last time we made headlines, I'm pretty sure was when they found it was 200,000, or maybe it was only 2,000 bars of Xanax, in a Phytol house in either North or South Carolina. Just think about that. That's enough for tuition for all of us for 4 years and maybe even a master's degree. You know,
yeah, that's a lot of Xanax, man.
Yeah,
so
dude.
the crazy thing about Xanax is, when I was at Murray during my undergrad, I feel like, and Bear, correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be. Maybe I was just in the wrong circle, but I feel like not a ton of people did Xanax when I was during my undergrad at Murray. And I ran with crowds, and everyone smoked weed. People did Adderall, people did stuff like that, but I feel like nobody messed with Xanax. And then I graduated, I moved to New York for a year, and I came back. And when I came back, everybody was doing Xanax. Everybody. Bear,
I plead the fifth.
Well, I don't want anyone
I also
to
plead the fifth.
I don't want
definitely did
anyone
not
to
partake in any
incriminate
of those.
themselves. But Bear, am I wrong there? Do you think that's something that hit Murray quickly, within a year? Or?
Zach, I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah, I plead the fifth.
I really don't want to talk about that.
All right. I'm just saying. I feel like it's just something that hit quickly, but either way.
That's drugs for you.
Yeah, they do the same thing with heroin, man.
Oh dear God,
I heard that's catching on in Murray.
No, I did not see any heroin at Murray, but we can go ahead and jump over to philosophy. So, who put this one down? If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
That was mine, and that's because I was just chilling, trying to put something in there. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, do you want to go ahead and get us started off on it?
No.
All right. Well, Drew.
All right. Well, this is the first time I've seen this question, but it's probably not going to change my answer very much. I'm a very lazy person, okay? And I feel like I'm already pretty great. I'm pretty super as it is. So my only superpower would being not have to pee or poop.
What
Really?
the
I hate
fuck?
you more than anybody.
God damn it,
Yeah.
dude! I'm so
My gaming sessions could
I
last
feel like-
indefinitely.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't
I
have to
feel
take
like
a break at
every
all.
time,
That's
we
the
have,
most
a
selfish
really
use
good
of a
question.
superpower I've ever.
Yeah, that's
fucking heard.
horrible.
Every time we have
Golly.
such a great question, Drew has just the lamest answers
Yeah.
possible.
What else do I need in life? Flying's alright,
who
but I
would
can
you
just
have sex
fly in a
with?
plane.
Ronald McDonald. Oh, gee, good one, Drew.
God.
What would you do if you had a superpower?
Bro,
I
I'm gonna
would've
start
pooped.
calling all your shit lame and see how you like it.
You heard
That's
his
a lame.
feelings.
That's lame. Drew.
Here's the thing. If you're going off of you being lazy, you could have picked something I don't know, telekinesis. Just be able to float your beer over to you. But
And
instead you're
that's
choosing not to
that's
pee or
less
poop.
lame than not having to poop or pee. At least not having to poop or pee gets me out of some awkward situations.
I don't know if that's even can be considered a superpower or a power at
It
that.
used to be a medical condition.
I'll take it.
All right. So,
You
Drew.
and
Is it?
Kim
You think it's
Jong-un.
sexually transmitted?
Yeah, you and Kim.
So, wow. So Out of every superpower.
I
in the
literally
world.
just read the question. I didn't have much time to prepare. That's
You
my
said you
answer.
wouldn't change your answer either way. You
Right.
literally said-
Well, confidence is key, my guy.
Oh my god!
All right,
and if
Bear,
you
what
would,
would
and
your
if
superpower
you
be?
had that superpower, you wouldn't have to do that. That's crazy. You could save 7 minutes a day.
Dude, that adds up. Think about it.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Think about it.
What would you say?
Let me do.
superpower
Wait,
be,
hold
Bear?
on. Okay, I'm gonna pull Zach. I'm gonna punch some numbers. All right, 365. Where's my fuck? Times 7. All right, bro. That's 255 minutes a year. All right. We'll divide that by
So
60 to
4
get
hours a year.
No. That's 42 hours a year. Okay, then you say I live till I'm like 65 before I off myself. Right? That's almost 2,700 hours I'd save. Dude, time is money, and that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, but don't you poop at work?
Wait
Not
a second.
anymore, I
Wait
wouldn't.
a second. Your math is off there, my guy. Wait a second.
Hmm?
So 326 days a year.
365.
Okay. Oop, oop. 365. Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Woo! Boy. All right. 365 days a year times 7 minutes a day. Oh shit. Yeah, you're right. Not 4 hours a year. Wow. My math is off, my guy. Never mind.
That means
200
over
days till Christmas.
Yeah, 219, bitch. Get it right. Come at me like that. Yeah,
Good
it's
God.
115 days. That's like almost a third of a year. I just get, you know? Oh, okay,
Not
so
really though. Not really.
yeah.
You still spend it. You're just not shitting or pissing.
Yeah, well, kinda. It's like a coupon.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I'm so over this.
Bear, go.
Please.
All right, Bear, Bear.
So there's a lot of cool powers out there. Power of flight would be a dope one to have. I think the one I would probably pick is to be able to manipulate time, to be able to speed it up, slow it down, and stop it completely at my will. You know?
Yes.
Would you be able to
Like,
move while it was stopped?
Back in time?
Or is it just
Yeah.
okay?
You ever seen the movie Clock Stopper, Time Stoppers, whatever
Click?
it's called? Yeah. No, not Click. Fuck that. Fuck that movie. Oh my god.
Wait, what do you mean? Fuck that movie?
Oh,
Click
such a
was
bad movie.
horrible.
What?
Awful movie.
No,
Oh
no,
my
no,
God,
no, no.
Zach, it was so
you are
bad.
Okay, no. Click was a fucking bop, and you fucking know it.
All right,
No.
next week's
Christopher
philosophy question:
Christopher
best
Walken.
Adam Sandler
Really?
movie.
Christopher Walken, Nick Swartzen, Adam Sandler. It was incredible. It was such a good movie.
Okay, just because it has decent actors doesn't mean like the writing was not just ass.
It was god awful.
No, you're dead fucking wrong.
Just
bet
because he
you
made
like
you cry doesn't
the-
mean you have to hate it.
Adam Sandler's film Jack and Jill.
No, I did not like. I never saw Jack and Jill. I'm not some.
I bet you
I'm not an Adam.
I bet you got 2 DVD copies in your bedroom right now.
Just saying. I'm not some Adam Sandler fanboy, but Click wasn't a bad movie. I'm
Oh,
not
it was
saying
so
it wasn't
bad,
like.
Zach. I'm not
Check
even
the
willing
Rotten
to
Tomatoes.
discuss it with
Check
you.
the Rotten Tomatoes. That's the only way to be sure.
Okay.
Yeah, someone do that while I'm
It's
talking
not,
about
okay,
this.
So okay, so you can't say that. So you can't say that every movie with a bad Rotten Tomatoes score is overall a bad movie.
Yes, I can.
Rotten Tomatoes is fucking pretentious. First
I think
and
that's how it
foremost.
works.
Incorrect.
33% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Is that good or bad?
33.
33.
That's horrible.
I mean, it's pretty good. There's some movies that have 0%. I'm just putting that out
Just
there.
saying.
Well, yeah, there's shittier movies for sure.
Yeah. So okay, I
Yeah.
think that proves
So-
Zach points right there.
So Bear,
All right, so stopping time would be the superpower I'd probably pick.
why?
But I thought I might get to it. But I also think invisibility would be a cool one. Well, and you ask why on the stopping time. I don't know. Time's really important. Kind of like with Drew's thing. Time's really important, and I'd love to be able to sometimes be lazy. Stop. Imagine if you could like stop time and get like all of your work done, you know, and then you could play time, and then you could go out and do whatever you kind of wanted with people, you know. Like tonight,
Yeah.
I had to do this podcast. Imagine if I could stop time with you guys and we could do this podcast, and then bada bing,
You'd probably be on time for once.
right back at it. I was on time. I told you guys 8:00. It's in the message. I would probably rob a lot of banks too.
Yeah, I would do
Nice.
just deviant sexual things if I could be
Ooh,
invisible. Yeah, I'm being
Yikes.
100% honest.
You know my address.
As no, dude, you live in Jeffersonville, and that's still too far, even if I could stop time. Yeah, no, I'm not driving all the way. Up to
what would you pick, Zach?
Man, That's good. I think I would have the power to convince everyone in the world that Click was not that bad of a movie. Not a great movie, not the best movie, but not a bad movie. I mean, it's got some high points. I mean, it's not that bad.
That would be a superpower. Big
It's a
time.
better fucking superpower than Drew's. Are you kidding?
Jesus.
Okay.
I'd rather put hot candle wax on my nutsack than watch Click.
There are people,
some people actually enjoy
that's
that.
What I was about to say. That's like a fetish for people, man. Like,
Don't be knocking that, dude.
yeah,
The same amount of people that enjoy that enjoy watching Click.
I didn't hear what you said. You cut out. You know what?
I said the same amount of people that enjoy hot wax on their ball sack is the same amount of people that enjoy Click.
That's a lot of people,
Yeah.
man. That's a lot of people. I'm saying it's a pretty
More
common
than you think,
fetish.
Yeah.
What is it, Zach? What's your fetish? I like when people like the movie Click. It gives me
That
sexual
movie is
gratification.
so depressing too.
It's got a good theme though. It's got a good theme. It's got a good like message.
I will tell
It's
you, the
like-
wife in it is super hot.
Yeah, she's banging. She is banging. Okay.
We also don't condone putting candle wax in your ball sack.
I do.
How about
condone
you,
it.
Josh? What would your power be?
Wait, that's not my actual power. That was actually a joke.
That is.
No.
Done
Go
deal.
ahead, Zach.
No,
I
my-
You're
wanna hear
locked
Zach's.
in.
I want to hear it.
My
Go ahead,
actual
Zach.
power would be the power of persuasion over people. The power to control what people do by persuasion. You know, being able to change the way like people think and people react in scenarios. Because I think it's the most subtle. You know what I mean? Like if you see a dude flying, you know that dude can fly. But if I say, "Oh, well, maybe you want to do this instead," and they're like, "You know what? I do want to do that."
So you want Jedi mind tricks?
Yes, I want Jedi mind tricks. I want to be able to use persuasion to affect the acts and the decision making of others. Yeah, I think that would be the coolest. Because I think in the why, I think it would be.
What would you go do first?
Oh, I'd become a politician. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. You could take over the world.
Yeah, I'd be a politician. I'd take over the world.
Like,
'Cause
if you got a platform where you could reach,
You
out
would
to
want
300
you'd
million
want to
people
do
at
that.
once.
That's a lot of work.
I mean,
Not if you're that
I
persuasive.
think-
Here's the
if
thing.
you're that persuasive,
if I'm that
yeah,
persuasive, I can get to a point where I get paid a lot of money, and all I would have to do is like eat fried chicken and watch hentai. Like that would be my entire
Dude, you're gonna turn to that guy from that Austin Powers. God, what's his name? Goldmember?
Fat
What's
bastard.
that one? Fat bastard. There you
That's
go.
fine, dude. That's fine.
Is that a perfect Sunday for you, Zach?
Fried chicken and hentai?
Fried chicken and hentai.
That's close. That's close. I'm not,
Tossing some incense
not
and we're
lying.
there.
I'm not lying. That actually segues us into our next philosophy question, but I'm gonna let Josh go. Josh, what superpower, if you could have it, what would it be and why?
So my reasoning would be so I could make money and do fun stuff. So I think I would do super speed. Because then I could just join the NFL as a running back and just mop the floor of people
That's true.
by walking fast for me.
He
you know?
literally hasn't been touched in 37 games.
Yeah.
Bro, I would slaughter you in football with my time stoppage.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
What
I
if you
would
guys
just-
played on the same team?
They'd give me the ball, and I would just the next second I'd just appear in the end
Well, the
zone.
thing
They'd
is
be like,
this-
"What the fuck?"
That's
You
how
have
the
to make it-
Patriots
you
do
have-
it.
Yeah, you have to make it
Yeah,
that's
that's-
superpower though. Or else they'll kick you out. So you have to hide
What's
your
that?
You have to hide your superpower, or else they'll kick you out. Be like, oh, he has super speed, he can't play. That's not fair.
Yeah, you'll get abducted by
Fuck
the government.
No. What are they gonna? Yeah, good luck catching them.
Yeah, well, that's not the point. The point is like the NFL wouldn't pay me to play because I have super speed, so I would have to like jog to the end zone.
Bro, you get to rob banks with super speed. What are you even worried about the NFL?
Because I
paying
love
you?
football, so I get to play football.
Bro, they don't
you
even
know?
keep that much money in banks. I don't know, like why. Like they maybe
what the fuck
maybe
do you mean they don't keep a lot of money in bank?
Yeah, what do you mean?
like
That's where they keep the
accessible
money.
You guys should do some research on that. They don't keep very
You
much
just-
money
no,
in
dude.
banks.
You're right, right, Bear. We won't rob a bank. We'll rob the National Treasury here in St. Louis. All right,
Dude,
happy,
I'd
Drew?
go to a bank and open up every single lockbox and prove you.
Just saying. I feel like they don't keep. I mean, they probably keep. How much money do you think they keep in banks, Drew?
I mean, in lockboxes maybe more, but do you have the key to the lockboxes?
You have super speed, my guy.
Are you going to go to everybody's
do you
house to
watch-
get their lockbox?
Do you
key?
watch shows? You watch?
Do I watch?
Flashy.
Have you even
Have I
seen
ever
the movie
Red
Click,
Dead
my guy?
Redemption? Yeah.
Oh my God, Drew.
So I'm basing all of my decisions off of the superhero shows that I watch, movies and stuff like that. And in the show Flash,
So is Drew.
he can vibrate his hand fast enough that he can like put it through solid objects.
Yeah.
So you would be able to just reach your hand in there and grab it by vibrating it fast enough, right?
Oh, that's true. You'd be able to move so
Okay.
fast that you don't disturb even the
The
matter.
particles,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
whatever, yeah.
But then how'd you pull it through?
You've
Because
got
whenever you
speed.
whenever you touch the item, it vibrates at the same frequency as you. 'Cause you're holding it, so then that item can pass.
Okay, but then how do you get your hand through the thing?
Are you really talking about the physics of superpowers right
when
now?
your superpower,
This is so
when your
dumb.
superpower was not having to pee or poo.
At least mine can be explained. Okay. At least I have science to back mine up.
Why do you have
No.
to explain super speed?
What's
All right,
your
let's move on,
superpower?
let's move
I don't
on.
have to pee or poop. Explain it. I don't pee or poop.
I have
That's
a
all you
catheter.
can say.
That's
Jesus.
It's pretty simple.
Okay,
Drew's
actually,
superpower is
quick
a
question, quick
catheter.
caveat. Who do you think would be, out of all of us, with our superpowers, who do you think would be the most effective at robbing a bank?
Oh, it'd easily be either me or Bear.
It would
Yeah.
absolutely be me.
Convincing people that Click is a great movie would get you nowhere in a bank.
Okay.
That's not my superpower. My superpower is the power of persuasion.
Yeah, but okay, you
Persuading people that Click
No,
was a great
persuading
movie.
people to do what I want by persuasion. Not that Click is a
But-
great movie.
You persuade someone to do
No,
what
Zach,
want.
you would be unstoppable for sure. But my power is the best one, no doubt. Because I mean, even like, imagine if like we're going up against each other, like as soon as you're about to like try to persuade me, I'm like, time stop, murder.
I like that. I like that your first instinct isn't just to leave the area; it's to just fucking murk me.
Oh yeah, because I can't let you end up persuading me and be like, did you know that you can't stop time?
Oh god, damn it!
no.
Yeah, there you go.
I would never feel safe with you out in the
So you
world.
just straight murk me.
Yeah.
And little anti-poop man would be my little sidekick.
Yes! Suck it, Zach!
Come along, poop man.
Fuck you, Zach.
What would happen if I go to Poop Man and I say, "Yo, do you know that you actually can poop and pee?" Does it rip
Dude,
a black?
so
Does it
what
rip a
would
black
happen?
hole in his anus?
Does he just like
Drew, if you actually just get Neosporin and put a little bit in your butthole will heal up, and you'll have no more butthole.
All right, guys. All right.
I want you to come back next week like, Bear, listen, it didn't work,
I've had
Put a whole bottle
but
of Neosporin.
I'm
But
gonna
I've had
keep
the
doing it
cleanest
because I
poops.
like it.
All right, guys.
Clean
What
poopy, no wipe.
restaurant has the best chicken and why?
That would be a cooler superpower that you never had to wipe after
Fuck
pooping.
you! Fuck you!
That would be a cooler superpower. What's your superpower? I never have to wipe after I poop. That's kind of fucking cool.
I saved thousands on toilet
Yeah, I
paper.
think there's a-
Honey, there you go.
I think here's the thing. This is gonna be a bit kind of, just bear with me. I think there's a small human joy in being able to poop. I feel like
I
if
would
I wasn't
disagree
able
with
to
I don't
puke,
think your shits are big enough.
I would feel. What?
Do
Do you know what kind of diet I lead, my guy? Do you understand what it's like having a diet like mine? Of course my poops are big enough.
Do you just
What?
poop seeds?
Do I just poop seeds? No, I poop the arms of
You ever
children.
think about what the biggest poop of your life was?
Oh, I know exactly what it is. I know exactly, to this day. I know
Do
exactly
you?
what it is. Yes, I was in a gas station when I was 15, and I remember that it stuck out of the water. I remember it was like, it disappeared into the hole at the bottom and also stuck out of the water. And I like stared at it for like 20 minutes. I'm like, do I show someone? I think I actually ended up leaving it. I do. I think I actually ended up leaving it in the toilet because I felt like, I was like, this is the penultimate shit I'll take my entire life. Like, there will never be a
Was
better
that a
poop
satisfying
editor.
shit to take?
Oh, it was insane, dude. It was insane.
Dude,
It was like shedding my exoskeleton. If I was like,
Yeah, I can attest to bears. I was with him. he sent me a Snapchat. I was
which
outside
one are
the
you
bathroom.
thinking about?
Which
the
one?
on the one back from Matt's farm. Yeah. Yeah. All we ate were hot dogs and
So-
cigarettes.
big, and we cooked the hot dogs over like wood that had like mushrooms and shit growing on it, like all sorts of fungus, and the hot dogs went really bad. But we like ate. Oh my god, dude! And I left that one there too. I left that one at the gas station.
You left a shit in someone's house?
No,
it was a gas station.
at a gas station.
Oh, I thought you were at
Yeah.
that house.
Dude, it was monstrous.
So Bear's a big advocate. Is like, no stops. We got to keep going till we get where we're going. And then like I knew something was wrong because when he said we need to pull over, I'm like, what?
My see,
Oh god.
It was
My biggest
painful. I
shit
bit
was
my
wine.
lip, and I mean, I bared down on that turd.
I actually had to hold my toes out in front of me just to get it to come out. Josh, you were saying what was your biggest shit?
My biggest shit wasn't super long; it was super wide.
Oh, mine was long and
it was
wide.
Like, mine was like giving birth to like a softball.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
God.
It was
Oh god.
Jesus.
massively wide. And
Yeah.
I remember I was like on the toilet, like grabbing the wall and the sink next to me in my hands, like white knuckle, like my fingertips started bleeding because I was grabbing it so hard, literally trying to give birth to this
Literally
softball
just like
size
praying
shit.
and telling God that you will go to church every Sunday for the
Yeah,
rest
I
of
was
the
like,
Sundays.
there was a point in time where I had to like stop pushing and like kind of take a deep breath. I'm like, how do I get this out?
Yeah, you start to doubt
Do
yourself.
I
You
have
start to
to-
doubt yourself. Like, am I
Yeah.
physically capable
Yeah.
of
Why
actually?
am I-
You need to shove something up there and break it down or something. Oof.
I'm like,
Oh,
do I
God,
get a
it's-
co-hanger? Like, what's going on?
Man, we
here?
successfully went from talking about superpowers to just talking about shits again.
It
We
always
talk about
devolves.
poop every episode.
Like 4 in a
Nice.
row.
So,
Okay. Let's
I
let's-
vividly whoa, you can't skip
Oh,
over me, my guy.
Okay, I forgot.
Come on.
Okay, so this week's third philosophy question.
So I vividly remember this because it was by far the biggest shit in proportion. It probably was a normal sized shit now, okay? But 13-year-old Andrew at SeaWorld, no parents, just grandparents. Okay. When
You say
when
no
I was a little
pants?
kid, no parents.
Oh,
so
okay,
it
even
was
better.
I was with my grandparents. Okay. And
Like
I had
Batman shit.
yeah. So, I was like nervous about pooping when I like wasn't at home as a kid. And so we were there for like a week, and so I hadn't pooped in like a week. And the final day, I go to poop, and I shit you not, it was like it looked like bread in a can.
Oh,
Dude, 13-year-old
Oh.
Andrew shit out like a beer
Oh.
can looking shit. Like
Wait,
it was
oh.
compacted and oh,
God.
dude, my like grandparents had like bust down the door because I was like in there crying after it came out. Like it was the most painful thing that has ever happened to me.
Oh
Man.
my god.
I still haven't
I
met
always
a
knew
turd
that.
that's too wide to go down the hole, though. That'd be insane. Can you imagine? What do you do if you flush the toilet and the turd is too wide to go down the
Oh,
hole?
I had
God.
to take care of it. That's why
Guys.
that one I was talking about.
Do
I
you
literally
mush
get a
it up
coat hanger.
with like a glove
gotta-
on, or do you just
No, I got a coat
completely
hanger and cut it
expel
in
it?
half.
Yeah, okay.
Guys, I've got it. I know we were trying to get this done in an hour, but I've got to tell a poop story. I just thought about this. And
Wait,
this
just
poop
say
story.
just say it for the story at the end. We'll do
Yeah. There you go.
Okay,
your
okay,
poop
then I'll do it then. Okay, that'll be
All
story
right.
time this week.
So let's move on to our actual next philosophy question, which is, what restaurant has the best chicken and why?
Nah, fuck philosophy, dude. Let's go. We did 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good. We're good on the restaurant. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, let's say
Yeah,
that.
we'll do
let's,
that next
let's-
week.
Yeah, we'll table
Yeah.
that for next week. What restaurant has the best chicken and why? So our first philosophy question was, if you could have one superpower, what would it be and why? And that quickly devolved into which one of our superpowers would allow us to rob the bank the best? And then that somehow segued into us talking about the biggest shit we've ever taken.
Oh, jeez.
When you're sitting on the john and the toilet paper's gone, be a man. Use your hand.
Okay, I'm literally blocking Drew on Facebook right now. Dear God. Okay.
Okay. So so next, what we're gonna do is, we've been talking about doing a punishment for Trivial Dispute, and we've never actually decided that. So we decided that we'd have an open discussion in front of you all, and figure out what's gonna happen to Drew whenever he loses.
Here's the thing. I've had this idea, and I think it's so funny. I think all the people who do not lose get together and they write a script. And the loser, and it can't be awful, it can't be like super vulgar, and it can't be like super embarrassing or super bad. But we write a script, and the person has to call their mother and read the script to their mother. Something
That's
like,
not bad.
Mom, listen, you raised a loser who's not very intelligent. Also, my wee-wee is very small, and I blame genetics on that. So that's also on you. Something along those lines. I think that would be super funny. Mostly because I can imagine me having to say some shit like that to my mom and it being absolutely hilarious.
My mom would probably call the cops because she'd be like worried somebody kidnapped me. With
How often does your
But
mom
I'm
call
so
the
down.
cops, man? I think that's...
Not very often, but I've never called her and said shit like that.
Oh, that's
so
true. I've called my
she's-
mom drunk and said way dumber shit before, so...
when I call my mom, it's usually I call my dad and I'll be like,
I wanna
I
hear-
love you, and like tell mom that I love her too. I just care
It
about
needs
you guys so much.
it needs to be something that can be like recorded.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, we have 2 people in STL and 2 people in Louisville, so if we need to, we can have someone record it.
Well, the
Yeah,
thing
I
we
think
can
that'd
do-
be
what we
funny.
can do is we
I
can
like
put it
it.
on speakerphone, put it next to the microphone, and literally record it so we can play it
Well,
back for
There's
everybody.
like voice recording apps you can get
That too.
for phones.
Okay, I'm down.
I like
Oh,
that.
okay, that was quick. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I thought it was going to take much longer than that.
But okay, but I mean, before we do it, there's got to be some ground rules. Like, we can't be super profane. I don't want to offend anyone's mom. You know what I mean? But I do want to I do want it to be funny, and I do want it to just kind of be a little bit embarrassing
For the baby birds.
for the beautiful baby birds out there.
Oh,
Cool. All right. Yeah, that worked out pretty quick. I'm glad we figured something out super quick.
Trivia.
Yes.
All right. So,
All right.
in case you guys forgot, I have a very commanding lead of 8 points.
Cheater.
And everybody else just doesn't have enough. That's all you need to know. First
And if you
Where
listen
is
to-
the helix located?
And if you listen to last week, my point was under review, and I was talking about the wrong thing.
so we
I
did
did
not
not
give
get
you
a
the
point.
Oh, I
So-
forgot about that. Well, thank you for
Angles. Angles.
Thank you for
Angles.
being.
There was-
his answer was angles.
No, there was more to my answer, but you guys just didn't hear it.
Got you.
So fuck
That's
you.
okay.
No, your answer was angles, and your explanation was longer.
Well,
All right,
how was
boys.
I supposed to type my anyway?
First
Okay, and if
question-
anyone, just for everyone out there, the way we do this, like we've said, this is Trivial Dispute. Every week we do a trivia section where we ask each other trivia questions, and at the end of the season, which is going to be, I think we agreed to 10 episodes per
10
season,
episodes,
right?
yes.
Yes.
So at the end of the first season, we're going to record the loser having an embarrassing phone call to his mom that we as a group get to write for him. So the current standings is, like Josh said, Josh is in first with 8 points. Zach and Bear are both tied in second with 6 points. And Drew is getting dirty man juice dripped down his chin with 4 points at the bottom. So
Oh, man.
No homo.
a little bit.
A little-
Enough. Cool. All right. And the way we answer these is we used to just kind of shout them out, but we're going to try to make it a little bit so that we're trying to make it so other people's
A little
answers
more
don't
competitive.
influence answers for the entire group. So what we do is as soon as one of us asks a question, the other 3 people have about 15 seconds to message us in like a chat room that we've got going. They DM us in the chat room, and then we read the answers there, so they lock them in. After that, we have them read their answers out loud, and then we make fun of them when they're wrong, which is my favorite part. Okay. So, Josh, you want to go ahead and get us started with some questions, or anybody have
All
anything
right.
else before we jump in?
So, I'm just going to start because I won't listen to you.
There we go.
My questions this week are state abbreviations. So, what is the abbreviation for... Oh, nope, I did it backwards. Which abbreviation is MI? Which state?
What's the genre?
State abbreviation. Drew, were you fucking listening?
Oh, state.
Yeah, so
I couldn't
which
get it.
state has the abbreviation MI? There goes Zach typing.
Oh,
again.
Josh, I'm so sorry. Here, I'll move my mic. Bear, do not send me the answer this week. You did that last week, I think.
All right, everybody's giving me their answers. So we have another dilemma. Drew sent me 2 answers. Last time we said dealer's choice.
then I literally said second answer.
So I'll
right
take
after I
a
said
second
that.
answer. So Bear and Zach both answered Michigan. Drew's first answer was Michigan. Changed it to Missouri. The
Fuck.
answer was Michigan.
I thought it was a trick question because you live there. I was like, fuck.
It's a trick question because there's 4 or 5 states that start with MI. There's Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri.
Oh, Missouri's MO. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm really bad. Dude, I'd be so bad at Jeopardy if I went on.
Yeah. So that's a point for Zach and Bear.
I have already got
Fuck.
for update.
Yahoo!
Yahoo!
All right, Drew, what you got for us?
All right. How much money do the larger banks typically hold?
How is this even a trivia question?
This
Because
is definitely not
it's
7th
pretty
grade.
standard.
This is
you
seventh,
guys- I-
seventh
this is
grade
like-
level.
This is standard college level finance, maybe, but not
Is
7th
it?
grade level. I don't know. I never learned how much banks hold.
Depends on if I get it right as to whether or not.
I have no clue, man.
I mean, you guys' superpowers are all about robbing banks. So I just
The
wanted
average bank?
No, larger banks.
or like larger banks. If you're within 25,000, I'll give it to you. How about that?
I have no idea. I would not call this 7th grade level.
Okay, I'll probably ask you another one, but just so you guys know, the like smaller banks, like ones in Murray, hold like 50,000. Larger banks hold like 200,000, but nothing usually more than that. That was off extensive research. Okay, my actual trivia question.
Jesus Christ, sure.
Since that apparently that one didn't count. None of my trivia questions count.
I came
But
really
they're
close,
not-
by the way. I came really
It's
close.
because they're not trivia questions, dude. They're just questions.
Like, trivia is supposed to be common knowledge. Like, the common person doesn't know that a bank holds $200,000. They just know it holds money.
Well, actually, I mean, so I'm not defending Drew, but I will say the FDIC. The FDIC
250,000.
only insures up-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they insure. Yeah. I guess I did know that from high school.
So, all right. Drew, go
But
ahead,
my
ask
questions
your-
are unfair. Okay, all right. What is the top color of a rainbow?
I'm
Ooh.
colorblind.
Ooh. Man.
I
I'm
was
colorblind,
at 7th
but I
grade
think I
level,
got
not
it.
kindergarten level, Drew. Jeez.
This is a good one. This is a
Dude.
good trivia question.
No, I do like it.
See, all of mine are always like too hard, and then they're way too easy.
No, I don't think.
I actually-
I
you
don't
guys-
think this one's easy
I
at
don't think I know
all.
this
But
one.
I think this is a really great question.
You guys all got it right. It was red.
Thank God.
nice.
Roy G.
almost
Biv,
said
my
blue.
I
God.
was going back and forth between red and
Yeah.
orange. I couldn't decide.
That was a really great question, Drew. I really did. I had no idea.
Thank you.
I was like trying to remember. I'm
I
like,
tried on
what
that
the
one.
fuck? It's on a rainbow.
Roy G. Biv, my God. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. What you got for us, Bear?
Okay. This one's okay. Canada has 2 national sports. One winter, one summer. The winter sport for Canada, national winter sport of Canada, of course, is ice hockey. What is their national summer sport?
Oh, I was already typing out based on what you said earlier because I always end up running out of time. But I think you can figure out which one it is.
Drew's locked in.
Oh, wow. That's hard.
I want to say what I think it is because I see it on ESPN, but I feel like it's going to definitely be wrong.
I literally have no idea.
Well, send me something.
It's rugby. It's rugby. It's rugby.
Everybody's locked in. Drew and Josh, you got it correct with lacrosse. Fucking Zach sent me running.
At least say cycling or something, man.
All right,
I
Zach.
I was so unsure about that. Oh, I was so scared.
Well, there's our separation. Okay. All right, my is lacrosse like super popular in Canada?
Yeah.
Mr. National Sport.
Oh, I had no idea. Okay. Okay. What classic book opens with the line "Call me Ishmael"?
Oh my god!
I got it.
Fuck.
Oh, that was easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get it wrong because I said that.
You gotta find
This is where we narrow Drew out.
it. You've got 5 seconds.
Drew better start calling his mom already.
5, 6. Wait, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You gotta send me something right now, Drew.
I sent it. It's sent.
No, it's
I
not.
sent it. I sent it when you started counting.
No, you didn't. I don't have it.
He's
You
stalling.
on Facebook?
Wow, Drew.
I sent it through.
Dude,
your-
Go
Well,
ahead and
that
say
low
your
fast
answer,
enough.
Drew. I mean, me and Josh already locked
Frankenstein.
in. Frankenstein? Nope.
No,
It's Moby
actually,
Dick.
It is
Moby
Moby
Dick.
Dick. So
Hell yeah.
Bear and Josh. Yeah,
Dude, I need to
Moby
watch
Dick.
some more Jeopardy.
Moby
Drew,
Dick.
you are an uncultured swine. I hope you know that.
I'm really uncultured. This is definitely not my game.
Okay, Josh, you want to go ahead and give your second question?
My next state. What state is abbreviated NE?
I'm gonna say this one's easy, but I'm gonna fucking get it wrong. Mine's totally spelled wrong because I don't know how to spell it.
Oh, jeez.
God, I have two that I think.
All right, you got 2 seconds. 1.
How do I get 2 seconds?
All right. You just wasted your 2 seconds. 5, 4. Thank you. All right. Zach and Bear got it right because they said Nebraska. Drew says Nebraska. So I should take that.
I put an S in there. I just
Oh no,
misspelled
you guys
it.
all got it right. It was Nebraska.
I almost put New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Thank you for rushing me.
Yeah.
I would have changed it if I was given more time.
Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states that start with the letters NE. So I just figured throw it in there. All right.
Okay.
What you got?
Oh
for us,
fuck!
Drew?
It's my turn. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay. How many zeros are in a Google?
Oh.
I'm just gonna throw out a random number.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Repeat the question again. I don't think I heard you.
How many zeros are in a Google? It's like how many zeros are in 1,000? Google's a number.
Oh, what the fuck?
You didn't know Google's a number?
No.
Got me.
Oh, I
This
thought you
is
meant- I
this
thought
is
you meant-
on Jeopardy.
I thought you meant like the.
I got
brand
this one from Jeopardy. So
name. Can I change my answer since I thought you were talking about brand name Google?
All right, you got 5
okay,
seconds.
sure,
to
yeah.
answer.
Man, I kind of already want to change mine now too. I wasn't thinking that Google was a number.
Was I the only one that answered with the number? True.
Can I?
wow, you guys are so all off.
Can
Zach
Damn
said
it.
5. Bear said 9, and Josh said 28. There's
It's
100
more-
zeros in Google.
Oh, thank God. I
104?
was just gonna go a little higher.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
no,
go
there's
like
100
10.
zeros in a
Yeah.
Google.
I was gonna go
I
to
had
like
no
10
idea.
zeros.
Like I looked at 20, I was like, that's definitely way too low, but I didn't know, so I was just leaving it.
My first answer was 0 because I was like, there are O's in Google, not zeros.
Wait, how'd Bear catch up with me?
All right, guys, you ready?
Because Bear's got the ones that you haven't got.
Whatever.
I mean, he's gotten your 2 that you've already asked.
All right. As long as I'm not in last place, I guess I don't care. All right, go
You
ahead.
ready?
Well, anybody. I thought the deal was anybody who doesn't win.
No, it's just last place.
Oh, just last place? Sweet.
Go
Nice.
ahead,
Canada is the largest exporter of what fruit?
Bear. Fruit? They grow fruit in Canada?
Canadian sausage.
Josh, you have 2 seconds.
Oranges. What fruit can
Let's
you
go.
grow? It's cold there.
That's hard.
I don't know. Does Johnny Appleseed go to Canada?
Ooh, solid guess, Drew.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh wait, I said that to Drew. Oh no. Oh, I said my answer to Drew on accident.
If it's not what you said in my text, I'm gonna call you.
Okay, both Zach and Josh guessed the same thing, that being apples, and that is incorrect. Drew said pomegranate, and that is incorrect as well. The answer is blueberries.
Wow.
Oh, I guess that makes
Canada would
sense.
really be up there fucking the blueberry game up, and I had no idea.
Where the fuck are pomegranates from?
Pomerania?
Not in Canada.
Okay. Yeah, I guess not Canada. Yeah.
Oh god. Blueberry. Really? Huh. That's very
Yeah, because they got all the berry foraging and shit up in there, you know?
Makes sense, man.
I guessed raspberries when I heard the question today, but... All right, goes to you, Zach.
Okay. My second trivia question. What city did the Beatles originate?
City?
Yeah, what city? What city did the Beatles originate from?
I actually think I know this one. Mostly because one of the guys I work with never shuts about the Beatles.
I might have misspelled this, Zach. Don't.
Okay, so I got 3 answers. Drew said London. That is incorrect. Bear said Birmingham, and that is incorrect. And Josh said Liverpool, and that is correct. Liverpool, United Kingdom.
You said Birmingham? You realize the Beatles are from England, right? Fair? Not from Alabama?
Isn't Birmingham?
Birmingham, Alabama, the capital?
Is there not a Birmingham in England?
I don't know. I didn't research.
Birmingham does sound very English, so there could be.
Yeah. So no, it is actually Josh.
Oh, Birmingham, England. Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay.
It's a state in England.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I know,
Josh is
sorry,
the one who
man.
got that right. Yeah, it was Liverpool, UK. Liverpool.
And it's not a random city; it's like a major city. So you were on the side.
Minus a point for Josh on not knowing about Birmingham. Please, thank you.
Okay, so looks like we're done with trivia for the week. The standings are: Josh has 12 points, Bear is right behind him with 11 points, Zach has 9 points, and Drew cannot escape the bottom.
So I motioned to vote so that way, like, anybody who's not in first has to do the challenge.
No, it was always understood it was the last.
It was
You're
always
the only
last place.
person. You're the
It was
only
always
person
last place.
that thought it's always been last.
I just think you guys are cheating.
How?
I'm fucking with you. Just keep going.
Okay, I was about to say, happy days till
Honestly-
Christmas. Fuck you, Drew.
Drew, I'll ask some football questions next week for you.
Yeah, I was told that last week.
That
You
way you can
asshole.
catch up
Don't
with
Yeah.
Zach.
fucking dare.
Yeah.
Because the thing is,
I need
I
football
know
questions for the
LaDainian
next 3
Tomlinson,
weeks to catch
and that's
up.
fucking it.
Yeah, you think Michael Jordan wears number 3? I can't, like.
I thought he said jersey number, and then it was a NASCAR winner. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
It wasn't Babe Ruth?
Oh,
Golly.
No, okay, so if you guys don't know, in the early days of fucking Breaker 19, Josh asked a question about jersey numbers. All right, and he said we had to guess. He said a jersey number. We had to guess what certain athlete he was talking about. Not any athlete that wore that jersey number, but a certain athlete. Okay, and so he said number 3, and Zach shouts out Michael Jordan, and then I start laughing, and so he changes it to LaDainian Tomlinson, and then I ask Josh, "Does NASCAR count as a sport?"
And I said
It's
yes.
not a fucking
And
jersey.
then he said no.
I
Goddamn
said
And then
walnut.
so
I said I will play back
No.
the recording. I said yes.
no, you
are
did
just
not.
dumb.
Okay.
No,
Anyway,
no one
so,
asked a
'cause
jersey
I was
question
gonna-
for cars, you fucking
Yeah.
walnut.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what I asked. Do cars wear jerseys? And I was like, no, they don't fucking wear jerseys. So I just said, fuck it. Anyway,
We got to get
Yeah.
moving. We're about to hit an hour.
Anyway,
Basically,
all right.
Zach thought Michael Jordan wore number 3. So
Story
back to your
time.
spouse
Story time.
We actually, before we started the podcast, Bear and I had agreed to tell the story together, but I think we're going to save that for next time because I've got to tell this poop story. This is so funny. I can't tell who the girl is, and I can't tell who the guy is because it's actually they don't know I know, and they would be devastated to know that so many people know about this story.
The great part about it being a poop story is the story that we're saving for next week is a poop story.
It's also a poop story.
It's a poop story.
Okay,
so,
God.
As you can see, we'll have a recurring theme every episode.
Shitty story time. Here we go. Shitty story time. There we go.
Wow, it's all about poop.
All about
to our
poop.
corner.
Dude, we're changing the podcast night. We're changing the podcast.
Breaker, one
Breaker,
deuce.
one deuce. And then we have to have a soundboard go. Oh God. Okay, so the shitty story time. So I was this was back in college. I was dating a girl, and she came in, and she looked like she had something to tell me, and like she had to get it off her chest. So she came in, and she's like, "Listen, I need you to sit down because I've got to tell you a story." All right, so I sit down. I'm kind of worried. I think she's about to be like, okay, I cheated on you or something like that, but it's way better. And she's like, so, we're going to call, what should we name this girl? We're going to call this girl Beverly. She's
Like the hills?
Yeah, like Beverly, like the hills. So she said, it's a totally fake name. Actually doesn't even share any letters with the actual girl's name. She's like, Beverly just told me the story, and it's so fucking weird, I can't believe it. So I was like, all right, well, you've got to fucking tell me now. Stop talking about it. So she's like, so Beverly had just started dating one of my good buddies, actually. So this was like the first time Beverly had like stayed the night at my buddy's place, and apparently Beverly had an upset stomach, and hadn't ever pooped around my buddy yet. Well, and also she was weird about poop. Like she had never pooped while my buddy was in the same apartment, and she had also like never even pooped at that apartment. Like not even when he was there. Like not a poop around him. Like she would like hold it. She would just hold poop in until like they were like in different locations. It's just so.
I bet she Drew's superpower.
Yes, yeah. She wished she had Drew's superpower, so she didn't have to because she was just mortified of
fuck you,
my buddy hearing her poop. Well. So apparently, Beverly stayed over at my buddy's house for like the first night ever, and I'm not even sure if my buddy knows about this story because I don't think I've ever told him because I didn't want his girlfriend to find out that I knew. But
are they still dating?
I'm not answering any more questions about it because any more questions, people will be able to figure out who it is. So I can't answer any more questions.
Just tell a story. Tell us.
So Beverly stays over at his house, and her stomach is kind of upset. Apparently, they had like dinner that night. Her stomach was kind of upset, and she's been constipated for a few days, but doesn't really think much about it. Well, she wakes up in the middle of the night and has to poop so bad. So she's like, what do I do? Do I just leave? Do I go home and poop? She's like, no, it's fine. He's asleep, and she's like laying in bed. She's like laying in bed next to him, and they're like staying with each other. She's like, he's asleep. He'll never know. I'll spray Febreze. He won't be able to smell it. It'll be fine. So she goes in the bathroom and passes, in her own words, the biggest shit of her entire life. Drops the deuce into the toilet. It's so big that it won't flush.
Oh, no.
Like she said, it was so big it like created a seal. It wouldn't flush because there was too much toilet paper. It wouldn't flush physically by the size of the shit.
You're making this up.
Drew, I'm being 100% honest.
Bro code?
Bro code. Drew, I'm retelling the story how I heard it. The poop was so big, it wouldn't go. And it's also in like a shitty like college apartment complex bathroom. So they're not like the highest tier toilets ever. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah. They don't got that McDonald's flushing power.
No, so it just would not shit. She could definitely shit. She was actually doing an incredible job at it, but the toilet could not flush it.
What'd she do?
So she goes through a bunch of different options. She's like, what do I do? So she's looking around for something to chop the poop up so it will flush. But she doesn't want to get poop all over something because then my friend then my buddy might find out.
Oh, I know who these people are.
No, you don't. You don't know anything.
Oh, shit. You're doing so good, too.
Oh, man.
Josh, I'm telling you, you've got to edit that out. Josh, I'm being 100% honest. I'm going to write down where this is. 1 hour and 20 seconds.
Now he has to keep it in.
Okay, go ahead.
Josh,
Tell
I need
us.
you to promise me you'll edit that out. Josh, I need you to promise me. Okay?
No editing. Come on.
Anyways, my buddy, so she can't get it down. And my buddy, still asleep. And so she's looking for something to chop it up, but she doesn't want to get poop over something. So she decides the best course of action is to throw it out the window. So
Oh, God.
she fishes it out with paper towels, opens the window, and throws it out the fucking window. From like 3 or 4 stories up. They were not in the bottom of the apartment. Like, tosses shit out the window, closes the door, flushes the toilet, washes her hands, goes to sleep. And I think she only ever told one person.
And now you soiled it.
And I told a couple people. But that's the story.
Oh my god.
Bro, I wouldn't even keep
I'll
that a
never
secret.
be able to look at her the same.
Anyways.
If I knew that story about one of my friends, I'd be telling everybody.
Josh,
I am dying to say
I'm
names
telling you,
right
you've
now.
got to edit. You've got to fucking edit that out.
Just find a nice bleep.
Does he even listen to this?
It doesn't matter, Josh. I'm being 100% honest. You've got to edit it out. I'm being 100%.
Oh,
I think it'd
geez.
be even funnier if there's just like random bleeps throughout this thing. Like instead
Perfect.
of him saying
That's
buddy.
what I want. Just random bleep, or at least take the name out. Well, everyone's laughing about it because it. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
I
his
don't
name
think
was
other than you
Thomas.
listen to this, but
Just
I
bleep.
I need to make it 100% anonymous. So
All right, we've already spent too much time talking about editing this.
So much
Okay.
poop. So much poop in this episode.
anyways, so also
It was a
I
real
also
shitty episode.
I
Really
also
shitty
have the
episode.
joke of the week, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into that. So, okay. A new guy walks into a bar and notices a large jar filled to the brim with $10 bills. The man approaches a bartender and asks, what's up with the jar? And the bartender goes, well, you pay $10, and if you pass all 3 tests, you get every dollar bill, you get all the money in the jar. And the guy goes, well, what are the 3 tests? And the man goes, you got to pay before I can tell you. So the guy gives him a $10 bill. The bartender adds it to the jar. Bartender says, okay, here's what you have to do. First, you have to drink that whole bottle of hot pepper tequila. The whole thing at once. You got to chug it, and you can't make a face while doing it. You can't even break. Second, there's a pit bull chained up out back with a sore tooth. You have to go out there and you have to remove that bare tooth with your bare hands. Third, there's a 90-year-old woman upstairs who's never had an orgasm in her entire life. You got to go make things right for her. And the guy goes, well, I know I've paid my $10, but I'm not an idiot. No wonder you've collected so much money. That's impossible. The new guy so the guy doesn't do it. He walks away. He walks down over to the end of the bar. He goes and he sits. He drinks a couple whiskeys. He starts to think about it. Starts to look at the jar. Starts to see how much money's in the jar. He says, "All right, you know what? Where's that tequila?" So he goes. He grabs the entire bottle of hot pepper tequila and with both hands downs it, gulp by gulp. Tears stream down his face, but he doesn't make a face at all. You know, he doesn't break. He doesn't do anything. Next, he staggers out back. Everyone in the bar hears a huge scuffle, barking and yelling, growling, screeching, and then dead silence. Everyone honestly thinks the guy's fucking dead. Everyone thinks he's dead. Well, just when they start to really worry and start to think about calling the police, he staggers back into the bar. His shirt's ripped up. He's bloody. He's got gashes and bite marks all over him. He says, "Now, where's that old lady with the sore tooth?"
Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh my
I thought for
God.
some reason you were gonna be like, and then Shaq walked in and did all of them.
No.
Omega Sapphire would die.
There
That
we
was
go.
great.
Yeah, that was good.
There we go. All right. I think that's it. I think we are all the time, man. We talked a lot about. We didn't mean to talk about poop at all today, but we talked about poop a lot.
We still got like 10 minutes if we want to.
I gotta
shoot the
get
shit.
to bed. I gotta wake up in the morning.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and sign out.
Drew, we all have to wake up in the morning.
I have to wake up extra early tomorrow morning.
It's not that early, but okay.
Anyways,
It is pretty good.
well, that's all the time we have for this week. Thanks for listening to us, and be sure to leave us a like on Facebook and give us a follow on our socials. Search Breaker 1-9 podcast on Facebook, or you can follow the link in the description of this video. Also, you're probably listening on YouTube, and if you are, toss the video a thumbs up. Toss us a subscribe, leave a comment down below. We love reading it. Also, it helps us grow the channel a lot, which is, kind of the main purpose of the channel. So, a couple highlights.
And if you're on Spotify,
there we
make
go.
sure to follow. With the podcast, this podcast should be up on Spotify tonight. So
So we're gonna start uploading this to Spotify as well. So if you beautiful baby birds want to support us, that's how you do it. Give us a like, give us a shout. If you find something funny, make sure and comment it on our Facebook. Make sure to send us a message. We'd love to hear from you all. So I think that's all. So yeah, that's all we've got. So this is Zach as Kid Wonder.
This is Josh as Soggy Boy.
this is Drew as Foxy Rabbit.
This is Papa Bear as Connor. This was Breaker 19.
Breaker.
Fuck,
Fuck,